Assalamu alaikum. In continuation of our MCQs of managerial accounting, I am here with you with a new video. MCQs number 61. Which assets are those which in ordinary course of business can be converted into cash within a short period of time? Options are current, non-current, both of these, none of these. So correct option is option A. Current assets are those assets which in ordinary course of business can be converted into cash within a short period of time. MCQs number 62. Which liabilities are those which are intended to be paid in ordinary course of business within a short period? Current liabilities, non-current liabilities, both of these, none of these. So correct option is option A. Current liabilities are those which are intended to pay with a course of business with a short period of time, normally within one accounting period. MCQs number 63. Goods purchased for cash. This transaction involves flow of fund, no flow of fund, both of these, none of these. So correct option is no flow of funds. MCQs number 64. Which among the following transaction involves no flow of funds? Redemption of debentures, purchase of fixed assets, issue of debentures for cash, conversion of debentures into shares. In above option A, B and C are the sources of funds flow, sources and consumption of or application of funds flow. So correct option is option D, which do not involve no flow of funds, conversion of debenture into shares. So option D is correct option. MCQs number 65. Which among the following transaction involves flow of funds? Cash paid to creditors, payment of bills payable, raising of short-term loans, raising of long-term loans. So the correct option is option D. Raising of long-term loans is a transaction which involves flow of funds. MCQs number 66. Which while preparing dash statement both capital and revenue items are considered? Fund flow statement, income statement, both of these, none of these. So correct option is fund flow statements in which both capital and revenue items are considered. MCQs number 67. Dash is a tool of management for financial analysis and helps in making decisions. Fund flow statement, balance sheet, income statement, none of these. So correct option is option A. Fund flow statement is a tool for management for financial analysis and helps in making decisions. MCQs number 68. Dash statement shows changes in financial position and hence in a dynamic in nature. Fund flow statement, balance sheet, income statement, none of these. So correct option is option A. Fund flow statement shows changes in financial position. MCQs number 69. Increase in account payable when compared to previous year results in of working capital. Increase in accounts payable when compared to previous years results in increase of working capital. Option B, decrease in of working capital. When working capital means current assets minus current liabilities. When liabilities are going to increase, the working capital will be go on decline or decrease. So the correct option is option B. MCQs number 70. Decrease in working capital constitutes source of funds, application of funds, neither source nor application, none of these. So correct option is option A, source of funds. Decreases in working capital constitutes source of funds. MCQs number 71. Dash is the dividend paid to the members of a company during a financial year before the finalization of annual accounts. Is bonus, final dividend, interim dividend, none of these. So correct option is option C, interim dividend, which is paid during the financial year. MCQs number 72. Fund lost in operations represents inflow of funds, outflow of funds, neither inflow nor outflow, none of these. So correct option is option B, outflow of funds when there is a loss of funds. MCQs number 73. Which of the following results in increase of working capital? Increase in current assets, decrease in current assets, increase in current liabilities, all of these. So correct option is option A. Increase in current assets results in increase of working capital. MCQs number 74. Which among the following results in decrease of working capital? Increase in current liabilities, increase in current assets, decrease in current liabilities, none of these. When there is an increase in current liabilities, the working capital will decrease. So correct option is option A, increase in current liabilities. MCQs number 75. According to SEBI requirements, cash flow statement is prepared by categorizing cash flow into operating, investing, and dash activities. Financing, routine, long term, none of these. So the correct option is option A. Because cash flow constitute three parts. One is operating, other is investing, and third one is financing. So option A is correct. MCQs number 76. Cash flow statement is a statement which describes inflows and outflows of cash, cash and cash equivalents, working capital, and all of these. So correct option is option B, cash and cash equivalents, mean cash and current assets and current liabilities. MCQs number 77. Cash according to cash flow statement comprises of liquid cash only, cash in hand and demand deposits with bank, none of these. So correct option is option C, cash in hand and demand deposits with banks are comprised in cash flow statement. MCQs number 78. Dash or short term highly liquid investments that are readily convertible into known amount of cash and which are subject to an insignificant risk of changes in value is cash equivalents. In option A is correct option. Cash equivalents are short term highly liquid investments that are readily convertible into known amount of cash subject to insignificant risk of changes in value. MCQs number 79. Flow of cash is said to have taken place when any transaction makes changes in the amount of dash before happening of the transaction. Cash, cash equivalents, both of these, none of these. So correct option is option C. Both of these are the amount. A flow of cash is said to have taken place when any transaction make changes in the amount of cash and cash equivalents before happening of these transaction. MCQs number 18. Which among the following are examples of cash flow from operating activities? Cash receipts from sale of goods, cash receipts from royalties, cash payments to suppliers, all of these. So option D, all of these are correct because above all options are from operating activities. MCQs number 81. Which among the following is not an example of cash flow from operating activities? Cash payments of insurance premium, cash payments of income tax, cash payment to employees, cash receipts from disposal of fixed assets. So option D is correct option because this is not included from cash flow from operating activities. So option A, B and C are related with operating activities and option D is not from operating activities. So it is not an example of cash flow from operating activities. MCQs number 82. The essence of marginal costing is that dash cost is considered on the whole as a separate. Fixed cost, variable, both of these, none of these. So option A is correct. Option A. The essence of marginal costing is that fixed cost is considered on the whole as a separate. So A option is correct. MCQs number 83. Cost represents the amount of any given value of output by which aggregate costs are changed if the volume of output is increased by 1 unit. So the options are variable cost, marginal cost, fixed cost, none of these. The correct option is option B. Marginal cost is a cost when there is a change in output by 1 unit, then there is a change in aggregate or total cost. So it is known as marginal cost that is incurred because producing of one further unit. MCQs number 84. Dash is the increase or decrease in total cost which results from producing or selling additional or fewer units of products or from a change in the method of production or distribution such as the use of improved machinery, addition or exclusion of product or territory or selection of an additional sales channel. So variable cost, marginal cost, fixed cost, none of these. So correct option is option B, marginal cost. Is the increase or decrease in total cost which results from producing or selling additional or fewer units. MCQs number 85. Dash cost is defined as the aggregate of variable cost or prime cost plus variable cost. Variable cost, marginal cost, fixed cost, none of these. So correct option is marginal cost. Identifies as the aggregate of variable cost or prime cost plus variable overheads. MCQs number 86. Marginal costing is a dash of costing. System, method, technique, all of these. So marginal costing is a technique of costing. Correct option is option C. MCQs number 87. Under marginal costing, Dash costs are recorded as cost of the product. Variable costs, fixed cost, both cost, none of these. So the correct option is variable cost. Under marginal costing, variable costs are recorded as cost of products. MCQs number 88. Under marginal costing, which costs are treated as period cost and charged to profit and loss account for the period for which they are incurred? Variable cost, fixed cost, both of these, none of these. So correct option is option B, fixed cost. And fixed costs are treated as period costs and charged to profit and loss account for which the period they are incurred. MCQs number 89. Under marginal costing, stock of finished goods and work in process are valued at dash cost only. Variable cost, fixed cost, marginal cost, none of these. So correct option is marginal cost. Under marginal costing, stock of finished goods and work in process are valued at marginal cost. MCQs number 90. Dash is the excess of sales over marginal cost of sale. Profit, margin, loss or contribution. So correct option is option D is the excess of sale over marginal cost of sale. In sale minus variable cost is known as contribution margin. So the correct option is option D. MCQs number 91. Dash cost remains constant per unit of output irrespective of the level of output and thus fluctuates directly in proportion to the changes in the volume of output. The correct option is option A, variable cost. Variable cost per unit remained fixed, but in aggregate it is directly related with the production. When the number of unit produced are increased, the total variable cost goes on increase, and when there is a decline in number of unit produced, the total variable cost will be decreased. So correct option is option A, variable cost. MCQs number 92. Dash costs are the increase or decrease in total cost that results from producing additional or fewer units or from adoption of an alternative course of action that is known as variable cost, fixed cost, marginal cost or differential cost. So the correct option is option D, differential cost. When one proposal is showing cost 20,000 and other is showing 22,000, the difference between two proposals or two options is known as differential cost. MCQs number 93. Marginal costs and differential costs are the same when costs do not change with change in output. Variable cost, fixed cost, semi-variable cost, none of these. So correct option is option B, fixed costs. Excuse number 94. Dash is the practice of charging all costs, both variable and operations, process or products. Marginal costing, absorption costing, differential costing, none of these. So correct option is absorption costing, which include variable costs and fixed cost. Excuse number 95. In absorption costing, marginal decision making is based on profit, contribution, costs or none of these. So correct option is option A. In absorption costing, marginal decision making is based on profits. MCQs number 96. Sale is equal to 1,50,000. Fixed cost is equal to 30,000. profit equal to 40,000, the variable cost is when 1,50,000 minus 30,000 minus 40,000, the difference will be variable cost, that is option B, 80,000. So correct option is option B. MCQs number 97. The profit oblique volume ratio or marginal ratio expresses the relations of dash to sale. Profit to sale, marginal cost to sale, contribution to sale, none of these. So correct option is option C, marginal contribution to sale. MCQs number 98. Which of the following measures helps to increase the PV ratio? Increasing the selling price per unit, reducing the variable or marginal cost, changing the sales mixture, all of these. So the correct option is option D, all of these will helps to measure increase the PV ratio. MCQs number 99. Sales is equal to 1 lakh, profit equal to 10,000, variable cost 70%. The sales is required to earn a profit of 40,000. Dash is option 1, B, option A, B and C. The correct option is option C, 2 lakh. Option C is the correct option. Excuse number 100. Marginal cost is the dash cost of producing an additional unit of output. Marginal cost is the variable cost. Option A is the correct option. Please subscribe this channel so that you can have new videos for your preparation. Assalamu alaikum, Pakistan, Bangladesh.